Yo everyone, we're back with Trails to Daybreak 2. Last time, we invaded the base of operations for Zekdarms, and we found out we got some ideas of where next to go, and we met up with the two dominions of fire and ice. They're not actually called that, but you know, sometimes you just gotta go with the themes on display. This time around, we've got some more side questing to do before we get on, but we also have a few little places to go as far as NPCs. Starting off with our good old friend Filenkov. Oh hey, it's that girl from yesterday. Damn, ain't coming off like I hoped. Guess I really do need some kind of special remover. Couldn't you just go over it, or would it leave like a weird bump?
My, what an astounding piece of street art. It'd be a waste for you to erase it all.
Nobody asked you, Gramps. Besides, this graffiti ain't supposed to be here. I just sprayed it on like the punk I am. It was kind of a jerk move on my part, so I came back to clean it up. You know, that's actually kind of a far distance away. How the hell did you paint that with such accuracy? Like, dude, if you would try, even if you got like a freaking nozzle that went for distance, you'd still have to like, there's enough distance that you'd have to like equate for a drop in velocity, you know? And it's not like you could do it while swimming or something. It's frigid. And, you know, it just seems ill-advised with the bobbing of the waves and whatnot. So how the fuck did you paint that? That shit's too far away from the pier. Whatever.
There's a story to be heard here, I take it. Even so, you have a marvelous talent. Have you ever considered redirecting it elsewhere? That may be in your best interest moving forward.
Redirecting? Don't act like you know jack about me. My best interest moving forward is for me to decide.
Just so you know, I'm what one might call a second-hand salesman. I travel far and wide in search of rare goods. In the same vein, I seek to cherish the connections I form along the way. Won't you allow me to help you, if only for my own satisfaction? As a matter of fact, I have a solvent right here that can get the spray paint off without a fuss.
The heck? You're getting sketchy about a second.
Now, this is simply destiny at work. Let's begin by removing this graffiti, shall we? I also have one more proposal for you, but we can save that discussion for later.
Wow, I didn't expect actual Filenkov notable content here. Quit trying to railroad me. Just who are you anyway?
Real.
This is kind of insane developments I didn't expect.
I have quite a bit of luggage, so I came over to board the ship I'll be taking ahead of time. While searching around for it, however, I chance upon this unexpectedly intriguing girl. The child has no place to call home, by the looks of things. Fate must have willed that we should meet. I only hope my impact on her life is a positive one.
You're a good guy, it seems. Well, I mean, he was kind of up in the air as a good guy because, you know, he kind of leaves his children in frickin' Old Town and just goes off and does shit on his own. Oh, hey, you're the guys from yesterday. About the graffiti, I figured I might as well get rid of it all myself. So I'm starting the day off by erasing this piece here. At least, that was the plan before this other shady old fart got up on my business.
He's an oddball, but for sure, but he's also a buddy of mine. I don't think you need to be so cagey with him.
Wait, seriously? Huh. Maybe I'll take your word for it then. That was a really nice conversation. You know, this game's kind of flooded with NPCs, so a lot of the actual good ones end up slipping through the cracks. But no, that was just a very solid conversation and whatnot. Sometimes it helps to just have different... I feel like following NPCs that are related to side quests ends up helping with a lot, you know? Because when you have them off the coattails of side quests and whatnot, generally they have more interesting stuff that they're going on, developing themselves as people and things like that. I talked to some of these people, but also Nate's here, so I kind of left him alone.
Damn it! Even if their staff is in hiding, searching the premise is bound to turn up a mountain of evidence. I've already contacted Inspector Dazwani. All we need now is a warrant. This tinderbox of a company isn't getting off scot-free on my watch.
Shouts to Nate. Shouts to Nate. Alright. Down here, I actually left the Barker because I had a feeling this guy would have something to say about Celise.
Hey pal, you know a fellow looking to blow off some steam? A gal searching for a night gig? Just send them my way. I can hook them up with fine establishments of any kind. Hold the phone. You there, little Miss Carrot Top.
What did you just call me?
Oh dear, this won't end well. That toned petite frame, those chiseled facial features, that saucy look in your eye. And you're with the church? Even better! A gal like yourself just screams low supply, high demand. Don't suppose I could talk you into a career change.
Dude is brazen. Bastard. Hookling me was bad enough, but pointing out all my insecurities? Where the hell do you get off? Flap those filthy lips one more time and I'll weld them shut. Maybe that'll burn off that rotten tumor you call a personality.
Eep! The Spitfire's making my blood curdle.
Goodness me, she has yet to acclimate herself to such uncouth individuals as this. Simmer down now, Celise. Pay the man no mind.
Slow life sure is fearless, though. Even after clocking her as a woman of the cloth, he still tried to shoot his shot. Guess some fools really do rush in where angels fear to tread.
What a wild conversation that was.
I ain't about to let that little loss of composure get me down none. Guts are a must in this business, whether you're soliciting middle-aged toughs to fill the clubs or delinquent girls to staff them.
Better watch your back. You'll end up 6 feet under. God knows I'm not going to be the one doing your last rites.
I'd suggest giving that guy a bit of a break.
I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. We gotta go up here. Might as well accept the quest while we're here. 4 SPG. A friend gone missing. Been forever since we've seen our friend. Meet us at the church. Tony and Mina.
Looks like there's more.
2? Mistledon branch. Experiment was released somewhere in the Zekdarm's branch office's basement level. Okay.
Monster extermination quest. Looks like it's in the Zekdarm's building too.
The client's initials are DL. Do you think it's gotta be Grammy? Heir to the Phantom Thief name. Keep distractions in your surroundings to a minimum. Basically, she's telling me I wasn't thorough enough.
I see. Guess we can sneak our way back in when we get some free time.
Now then.
Okay, keep that in mind. Not going to the church quite yet. I got one last little group up here to talk to. And it's these two again.
So sleepy. Staying at a theater till the sun comes up will do that, though. What I don't understand is how you still have so much energy, Miss Kokona.
My first movie night in forever. Cafes galore. This is exactly what I've been needing.
Miss Kokona, I did bring this up again, but what made you so set on gathering material for an underground arc? Oof. Bravely Legends is a comic about passion and taking the high road. Doesn't have anything to do with society's dark side.
That's not true at all. You see, right. I was gonna have an evil shadow version of Akira emerge from inside him. After that, Akira loses his memory and wash up on the outskirts of the criminal world.
Miss Kokona, what an incredible twist! Your imagination knows no bounds. Please forgive me for doubting your superior mind.
Well, consider it. Doesn't take too much to fool him, huh? If this keeps up, I'll just land right back in the same hell as before. Nothing but drafting and drawing around the clock. Gotta figure out a way to talk Cronin into loosening my collar. You know what? I'm tired of drawing all these characters. Maybe it's time to retire them.
What?
Akira has forgotten both friends and foes alike. From now on, his sole companion will be a new addition to the cast, Ponkichi the dog.
What?
Drawing battle scenes is such a drag too. I'll just turn it all into a card game instead. Girl?
What?
Oh, he's cooked. Bro is...
He's like, I should be the one to retire from this shit. What the hell, man?
One last little fella to talk to. And it's a bracer! Kirkheim.
I see. Given the circumstances, it won't be long before the police raid the Zect Arms branch. The issue here is that Zect Arms was searching for something that Almada had left behind. In which case, we have an obligation to follow up.
Right, any business the guild left unfinished is our responsibility to solve. These are some pretty cool generic bracer designs. I guess that the girls is kind of similar to what we saw in the first game, but the guy looks kind of stand out. You would even give us an edge having you here to help, Kirkheim.
I don't deserve your acclaim. No one I couldn't even protect A1.
Oh, it's this guy! Oh, shit, I forgot your name, dude, sorry.
Right, this is the guy that was bedridden in Aracion. I've been said that. The best way to ensure he can rest in peace is to put an end to Almada once and for all. This guy's the brace from Aracion that Almada did a number on last year. It's great to see him back in the field. What's not so great, though, is that the braces are starting to catch on. Better pick up the pace. There must be a reason why whatever the Mafia left behind hasn't surfaced after all this time. Chances are that someone has been keeping it hidden. Our task is to secure the individual. We'll put an end to Almada once and for all. I swear it on my name, Mr. Bracer.
Good on you, dude. I'm praying, hoping for you. All right, the children.
We're looking for Tony and Mina to put out a request for us. That you too? I'm from Arkrad Solutions. We got your 4SPG.
Whoa, you really showed up. See? I told you it would work. Do you mind if we explain our request?
Sure, I'm all ears.
Okay, well, the thing is, there's this boy who goes out to Sunday school with us. His name's Jed, and he can be a little rough around the edges sometimes. He skips school a bunch, gets into fights with other kids.
Huh, definitely sounds like a handful.
Yeah, he really is. No matter how many times the adults yell at him, he never listens. But none of that stuff means he's a bad person, you know? He just has a hard time expressing himself. Anyway, the problem is that Jed's... Well, 3 days ago he stopped coming to school, and we haven't really seen him since.
He stopped coming without saying a word to anybody.
That's what we think anyway. I know he's got a lot of stuff going on at home, but his dad hasn't reached out to anyone either.
And maybe he really is just skipping school.
I don't think so. See, Jed might not like most things, but he does like me and Tony. That's why, whenever he skips classes, he'll still come out to play with us. But it's been 3 whole days since we've seen him. There's gotta be something wrong.
I see. Can't blame you for being worried, honestly.
Oh right, the teachers have also been acting pretty weird today. I think they've been talking about Jed. But whenever we ask about what they're talking about, they just say it's grown-up business and that we don't need to worry about it. How could they even say that to us? Jed's our friend. Anyway, that's why we decided to come to you for help. Can you please figure out what's going on with Jed?
Look, I get that you really care about this kid, but I'm not so sure this is a job for a Spriggan.
You're seriously about to turn down a little kid, Arkrad?
What a shame. It seemed like a wonderful opportunity to witness a Spriggan in action for once.
Come on, Van, I get that this problem falls more into the guild's bucket, but I'm worried about their friend too.
Wow, no pressure, right? This really isn't the kind of job I'd normally take, but it sounds like I'll have my hands full if I don't. Guess there's nothing to do... Wait, nothing but to do it. Oh well.
I was like, I could just deny it for the hell of it, though.
We'll take your requests. Not sure if we'll be any help, though.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
We'll start by talking to your Sunday school teachers first. Sounds like they know a thing or two about what happened to Jed.
Yeah, I think they're having a meeting about him earlier. Father Krenz and Sister Olga are inside the chapel right now. If you find out anything, let us know as soon as possible.
Will do.
Let's get this party started.
A friend gone missing. Huzzah!
Inside we go. Over to these two. Any proof? Do nothing. Police station.
Ahem. Sorry to interrupt, but we were wondering if we could ask you a few questions.
Man, not suspicious at all, Van, with how you delivered that one.
Yes, of course. What seems to be the problem?
Well, you see, I'm a Spriggan and we just got a request from a couple kids to go to Sunday school here. They want us to look into where their friend Jed is. They're worried about him.
That must have been Tony and Mina. They ask about him every chance they can get.
Wow, that sounded weird for a second. Sorry about that.
I'm surprised they tried to hire a Spriggan, though.
I mean no offense, but you should really let the church handle something like this.
And I'm not sure how comfortable I feel sharing information on one of our children with a complete stranger. That's about the reaction I expected, honestly. It's way harder to do this thing in Messeldom than it is in the capital, huh? I mean, practically everyone knows your face back home. I'll vouch for them. They may not look like it, but they're actually pretty trustworthy.
Although, given Mr. Arkride's exceptionally dubious character, your reaction is understandable. Don't worry, if he does anything that would offend the goddess, we'll make sure he receives due punishment. You really have it out for me, huh?
Are you with the Congregation for the Sacraments?
Yeah, sorry for barging in on your conversation, but you were just saying something about filing a report. Why not ask these guys for help first?
Surprised that you place so much trust in them. Personally, I still have my reservations, but, well, maybe this is Helios's will.
So, you'll let us handle it? You'll let us handle it?
Yes, we'd be happy to have your assistance.
Sorry, my voice is kind of going all over the place. Something happened with my mic. I hope it doesn't sound like total ass on the recording, but time will tell. Ay. I think me gulping down water probably came through on the mic, so that's a yikes. Trip to his house. Surprised to hear they'd simply never come home. Sounds like things are worse than we thought. So he's completely missing then?
And yet, Jed's father said he had no intention of notifying the authorities. His response to the matter is simply, I'm sure he'll be back eventually. But after that, he also said something to the effect of, he'll be sorry for putting me through all this.
Sounds like a really stand-up dad.
Sounds like he doesn't care at all about his son's safety. Talk about a rough home. We believe it's possible that Jed's been abused. We've witnessed his father get upset with him on several occasions. He occasionally comes into school with injuries as well, not the kind you'd expect from fighting with other kids either.
However, his father claims that they're all Jed's doing. He says he gets them while playing, because he's so competitive and quick to get into fights with other children.
I know we just agreed to take this on, but maybe it's better if we just leave this to the police.
You think so too, then?
I disagree.
Yeah, going to the police is out of the question. For the moment, at least. What are you talking about? This kid could be in serious trouble right now. Look, the cops are gonna deal with this one of two ways. Either they send him back to his old man, or they place him in protective custody. Plus, if there's not enough evidence, or Jed and his father have conflicting stories, the investigation alone will take months.
In other words, any potential resolution will be brought to a standstill, and that would only serve to make things worse for Jed.
I suppose that's true.
That's why you should let us investigate first.
I see what you mean.
Didn't think you ever thought that far ahead.
It's just, I get why some kids want to run away from home. Been through my own share of stuff in the past, after all.
Well, I'm riding your coattails a little on this one, but I agree with you. That said, you're welcome to put in a report with the police. Would you mind waiting a bit? At least until we've had a chance to do our thing.
Of course, we understand.
I guess our first stop should be Jed's house, then.
It's the one right by the entrance to the back streets.
Ugh. Aye.
See what we can find.
Yippee-ki-yay. Outside we go, down the road. Quick and to the point. Must be the place. Sounds like the dad's gonna be a real piece of work, though. Don't you think it'll be a little tough to get info from him? There's no way he won't be on guard with us.
Yeah, I think it'd be best if we formed a plan first.
You're actually starting to sound like a Spriggan.
What would you know about that? This is exactly what I've been looking forward to. Well, first we should make sure the ones doing the questioning are the least intimidating out of all of us. We got a voice recorder here too, just in case. Also, I've got a job for Zeros.
For Zeros? Well, I guess I don't mind, as long as you actually have a plan.
Yeah, I'll take care of it when the time comes. Now let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, I guess the churchgoers would be the most convincing. Freaking cloaked Zeros on the corner there. You know, considering we were traveling together anyway, I figure we might as well help him out. But how are we the least intimidating ones? He really thinks he can get away with pushing us around like this?
Still, I do think you made the right call. We may as well resign ourselves to it and knock already.
See, Leon I get. Why is Elise one of the least intimidating? The second she opens her mouth, it's not going to sound that way.
Damn it, I was just starting to get a buzz going.
Already off to a great start with this guy.
I ain't seen you around here before. You at the church? If it's about my kid, I already covered it with the others. Pleased to meet you. We actually just started working at the church here in Messeldam. We heard about Jed from the others. As his father, I'm sure you must be horribly distraught. So, you see, we thought that perhaps we might be of some help.
Yeah, that's right. You want to help look for Jed?
Nah, don't bother yourself about it. I'm not sure if he's run away or what, but it's probably because I gave him a pretty harsh talking to a few days ago. Give him a day or two and he always comes back.
Huh? It's the first time he's run away?
I mean, 3 days is a bit of a first, but otherwise no. We'll have to sit here and answer all these dumb questions anyway. Wish that broad I was dating never dropped him on me in the first place. I mean, all the kid ever does is mouth off. Doesn't clean, doesn't cook. If it weren't for the money I get for housing him, he wouldn't be worth spit to me. He ought to be grateful he even has a roof over his head.
Wow. Saying these to people of the cloth is really kind of wild, dude. You're kind of an idiot.
This man's every bit as unpleasant as we were led to believe. Huh? Got something you want to say to me, Missy?
Like I said, why her? I said I can't believe what a lousy piece of shit you!
My goodness, where are our manners? The sister here has a very peculiar tic, you see. It presents like verbal abuse. Wait, it presents like verbal abuse on occasion. Huh? Seems like they're hanging on by a thread over there. Maybe it'll still work out.
You should have brought like Leon and Katra or something. They did seem pretty unhappy about it all. But choosing them was the right choice. Less likely to be on guard if someone from the church. I mean, after the visit they had earlier, why wouldn't they send someone else over?
Oh, would you look at that? I think they're wrapping up. I see. So they're not actually blood related. And the only reason he's keeping him around is because of the welfare he gets from the government and the church.
Shitty old bastard. Creeps like him make me sick.
I didn't see any signs of a child in the house anywhere. Given the way his father was acting, it's likely he hasn't been back since he left. On a separate note, I admire your incredible willingness to force work on others, Van. Truly an admirable quality for a Spriggan. Yeah, sorry to throw you guys into the deep end like this. You were a big help. Alright, this next bit is up to Arzyphas and Zeros.
You're talking about the scent of the house you had Zeros pick up, right? We just need to have him compare it against any other scents in the city using shard search. Think you can do that, Zeros?
Row.
Guess we're all set then.
We'll take over from here. Guess we can let the clergy rest for a bit. Of course. Happy to oblige.
Maybe this time we'll actually get to see you do something for once. Oh, don't you worry. Oh, we don't have to follow it? Yeah, guess not. Wait, there's more of these? Oh, do they change with the time of day or something? Interesting, if so. They definitely weren't around before, so this is interesting. Or maybe I just missed some? Either seems plausible, I guess.
Search recommended.
Already did it. Sniff it out, boy. This seems to be where the trail ends. The fact that it led us to a trash can doesn't exactly fill me with relief, though. Yeah, talk about a bad omen. But I guess the lead's the lead. Now, let's see what's inside.
Right, here we go.
Hopefully not a child in there.
So that's all it was.
Oh, thank the goddess. Who's afraid we're gonna find a kid stuffed in there? You've been watching too many thrillers, Judith. Although, I was also starting to get a bit spooked.
Let's see what's inside. Old mop, scrub brush, and a large towel. All that, and there's also what looks like an old, worn-out set of kids' clothes in here.
I assume Zeros must have picked up a scent on the clothes. I'm sure they're Jed's, but why were they thrown away?
The items were gathered together pretty neatly. Doesn't feel like anybody tried to dispose of evidence. Maybe whoever threw this stuff out just wanted to get Jed into a change of clothes.
They are pretty dirty. Probably wanted the kid to clean up a bit. Do you think someone's trying to take care of him? That seems like a pretty likely possibility. The question is who? I'm gonna guess it's right behind us at the frickin', what do you call it? The old lady running the hot spring. We should be able to narrow it down based on the contents of the bag.
Yeah, this doesn't really look like a typical family's trash. Probably came from one of the shops around here. In that case, maybe it was
The bathhouse.
the bathhouse. Whoever works there definitely knows where Jed is.
Oh, that makes sense. Bathhouse would totally have all those items. Huh, you're right. Hadn't even thought about it. I wasn't even trying to think of the items. I realized that was the hint, but overall I was like, no, that doesn't... It was just kind of obvious because I did my NPC rounds earlier and they made a comment like, huh, this lady seems to have something going on, but better wait until later. I take it that means we have our next stop, yes?
Yeah, let's go see what they have to say.
1 SP. Bada bing, bada boom. Hey, Angela.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Oh, certainly. What would you like to know?
You're not taking care of a child here by any chance, are you? We're looking for a little boy named Jed.
May I ask why you're looking for him?
We spoke with a few people at the chapel who were worried about him. They haven't seen him for 3 days now. Yeah, and we promised we'd do whatever we could to find him. Is there any way we can convince you to trust us?
Oh, it's all right. It's plain to see you're good folk. However, I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you three. Jed just ran off a few minutes ago. The boy practically burst out the doors like his tail was on fire.
Did something happen?
Well, you see, maybe it's best I start from the beginning, if you don't mind. I've been worried about that boy for a while now. You see, his father is far from being a good man. Some time back, I even saw him push the kid to steal something from the souvenir store. Jesus! Then 3 days ago, I noticed him wandering around all by himself at night. I called out to him and I noticed that his cheeks were swollen like he'd been beaten. I figured I would patch him up a bit.
So that's how he ended up staying here with you. Must mean you're the one who had him change into a different set of clothes.
You knew about all that? Yes, that was me. I was lucky enough to have some clothes around in size that we usually reserve for customers. So I had him change into those, and gave him a meal that'd be easy on his stomach.
It's very kind of you, ma'am. Sure explains what he's been up to these last 3 days. Which leads us back to him running out of here a minute ago, right?
He said when he seems to be feeling better. You see, I was thinking of asking him if he'd like to stay here permanently.
You want to become his legal guardian? I'm impressed that you'd be willing to take on that kind of responsibility.
Well, my husband passed away and my only son is living elsewhere with my own family. I hardly know what to do with myself if I don't have someone to look after. And in the end, it just wouldn't sit right with me if I sent him back to that awful father of his.
You won't find any disagreement here.
I was in the middle of asking him when he thought of me taking him in, but that's when he up and ran off. I'm sure he probably just needs some time to think it over.
Well, I think you've painted a pretty clear picture. Sounds like Jed probably hasn't gone all too far either.
Oh, I'm sure he's nearby. He's probably over by the lighthouse. I'm a bit worried about him catching a cold in this weather, though. If you don't mind, would you be willing to go check on him for me?
Of course, be no problem.
Well, guess we're finally meeting Jed. let's go.
Let's see what type of little shit we got on hand. Apparently he's a bit of a scrappy one, but that might just be because of his upbringing more than anything. Time will tell. Apparently he fights with the other kids, but that could just be partially someone else. There he is. It sure got cold out here.
Hey, why the long face, kid?
Who are you? It's none of your business.
Actually, it's very much our business. We were planning to go take a bath over at the bathhouse, but the old lady at the counter was in a bit of a tizzy. We asked her if there was a problem, and she said she was so worried about the little boy who ran out that she couldn't focus on work.
Also, damn, Judah, if you really gotta stand with your leg like that, the girl is just aura farming. Not even, I don't know, she's just kind of stanced up compared to the rest because her freaking left leg is up on a higher elevation.
Huh? I didn't realize.
So, are you this Jed she was talking about? Someone's bothering you. Why don't we talk it out? Otherwise, we might never get to turn in those baths.
That's an interesting approach. He seems very well versed in dealing with kids, too. Well, there's certainly a lot of them in Old Town. What does it say on it? Wait, does it say grinds? What the fuck? I wish I could read that shit. Thing is, that old lady asked me if I wanted to stay with her. She gave me these new clothes and fed me a ton of food. I didn't know what to think of it at first, but it was way better than anything I ever had at home. Sounds pretty great to me. I'm gonna give it a try for a while.
Give it a try? How do you expect me to do that, huh? If I did, it'd be like I was running away from my dad.
This isn't a matter of pride, though. If he's treating you poorly, it's okay to run away, don't you think?
That's the coward's way out, and I'm no coward. I've never lost a fight. This old lady, sure she treats me like I'm her kid right now, but it's all just for show. She's gotta be just like my old man. She just wants me for the mirror.
Do you really believe that?
Yeah, of course I do. All grown-ups are just liars and phonies. She almost had me fooled, too. Glad I came out here to cool my head.
Came out here to cool your head and that's your answer? You're an even bigger dumbass than I thought.
He's got you so screwed up in the head that you don't even know how to accept some goddamn human decency?
Hey, isn't she going a bit too far here? Yeah, she's really laying it into him.
Let's let her handle this one.
Yo, let's go.
Why do you gotta yell at me like that? Just like my old man.
Listen, you wanna know why I'm so angry? It's because you said something wrong and I think you know what it was.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean. That old lady is genuinely worried about you. She wants to help you however she can. She doesn't deserve to have her feelings spat on just because you think she's only in it for the mirror or whatever.
Why are you saying all this? I know I was out of line saying all that stuff a minute ago. And I know she's actually really nice. It's just, if I went to live with her, I'd have to explain it to my old man.
Look, I don't know what your dad will say if you try to leave. But it sounds to me like you want to take the old lady up on her offer, and you're too scared of your dad to do it.
What you're missing is the courage to be honest with yourself. If you want to leave home, maybe tell some adults how you're feeling instead of trying to deal with it all on your own. Us, that old lady, and the people at church are all here to help you. You said you never lost a fight, right? Well, you don't have to lose this one either.
Okay, I'll try.
That's a spirit. See? You can do anything if you put your mind to it. Phew. I wasn't sure whether that was going to turn out well for a minute there. Looks like all's well that ends well. Yeah, it's one more case in the bag.
That's a delinquent sister for you. Indeed, she's a lot kinder than she lets on, if a bit of a busybody.
Alright, let's head back. I know I got a little steam there, but I'll leave the rest to you, Spriggan.
Hey, no harm done. Alright then. Let's go and get Angela, and we'll head to the chapel to talk everything over.
This is a This is a really nice side quest. It's nice seeing, like... I mean, these games always tackle good subjects with all of their side quests and whatnot. It's really nice. I feel like this kid has a bit more of a unique design than some of the others. He's got, like, the beanie. He's got, like, the shirt and the coat. Just kind of stands out in the crowd. Like, compare him to the other two. Because we've seen plenty of kids like Tony, who have like that hat and have like the suspenders and whatnot. And we've seen plenty of characters similar to the other girl, to Mina. Let's see. I guess they put a bit more effort for like side quest NPCs, which makes sense. Same with Kisara. Was that her name? I can always go back and look. Where was it? Oh, I actually had to scroll quite a ways here, don't we? And bada boom. Cronin, no. Yeah, Kisara. I had it right. It's like I didn't even piece it together until now, but I was just like, Kisara, that's like a name of like one of the party members in Tales of Arise. That I was like, that can't be right. But no, that is indeed the same name. And that's why I decided to take the boy in. If possible, I'd like to become his guardian so that he can continue to live with me. I'm sure this would have gone much smoother if I'd consulted with the church first. I'm very sorry for all the trouble.
There's no need for an apology. Some of the blame lies with us for not doing more from the beginning. Besides, it should be relatively simple to register him with your name and household. Considering it also sounds like that's Jed's wish, I'd say we can go ahead and start moving things in that direction. Real problem is what to do with his old man.
Yeah, that's gonna be the most critical part.
You make it sound like if you already got a plan in mind.
Gonna share with the class?
Yes, if that's true, we'd certainly like to hear it. The way I see it, we've got two options. The first option would be to hand him over to the police. And the second option, we don't turn him in at all.
Wouldn't handing him over to the police be the obvious choice?
I think so too.
We already have testimony from Angela and the boy himself that he was being abused. We even have those recorded statements from when we spoke to the father earlier. He should be held accountable for what he's done.
Even if he is brought in, his case won't be tried as a serious crime. If Jed was harmed to the point of nearly being killed, that would be a different story. But because he's mostly been able to attend school regularly, there's a likelihood that his father could get off with a light sentence.
If that's the case, then I can understand why we wouldn't want to get to the police involved. But you don't plan to let the father get off scot-free either, right?
Right. I'm gonna have him sign a contract. It'll guarantee that he not only leaves Messeldom, but that he never makes contact with Jed again. Well, it certainly won't be a loss for the community. And if we threaten to expose his other crimes to the police upon a breach of contract, he should have no issue agreeing to our terms.
That's a pretty good idea. It also means that jerk won't have to face judgment. He can start a new life somewhere else like it's no big deal. I don't think he's gonna really get much anywhere when he's a fucking slob. He's just going, if he goes somewhere else, he's not gonna have much cash to fall back on. He's just gonna have to get a fucking job and do something when he isn't on welfare with a child. Even thinking about it pissing me off.
I think it's most important we make sure he adheres to the contract. And to be frank, I'm not totally convinced we'll be able to get him to sign. I suppose we'll just have to rely on a Spriggan's experience once more.
Honestly, the contract just sounds like the easy way to go, because, like, it'll also be peace of mind for everyone involved if he just leaves town, right? If he doesn't leave town, he gets a light sentence and he gets back out, then that's just going to be more problems for everyone in the long run, right?
Joe's concerned than we are, but
Guess up to you, Van.
Well, if you want my opinion, turn him over to the police, we'll actually have to pay.
Nah, we're going contract. Personally, I prefer having him sign that shit. Get him out of here.
Choosing what's best for the kid's future has to take priority over meting out punishment to the old man. From that perspective, if he ever tries to get revenge, we'll have our excuse to hand him over to the police.
So in a sense, we could also get him arrested at a later date if needed.
I see where you're coming from. You make a very convincing argument. Very well. I will go along with this.
Undersigned agreement to leave Messeldom immediately and to never seek contact with Jed or bring him any harm for the rest of his life. Fuck off. Dude, I hand you the L. Van is just handing that shit out. Resulting in the undersigned past crimes being brought to light and reported to the appropriate authorities. Bluff on Van's part, seeing truth in Van's claims. Finally relented and agreed to sign the contract. Now get the fuck out of here. That's cool. And it just ends like that. It's just kind of a bit of a moral thing, but I think it made sense. Ooh, almost. Not quite 4, but hey. All right, awesome. And we can go talk to the children again. We can go see what's up.
So does that mean you're gonna be living with the lady from the bathhouse now?
Pretty much, yeah.
I see. That's a relief.
But you better not cause any problems for Miss Angela, yeah? That means no horsing around and breaking vases like you always do. Huh? You're not the boss of me. No wonder nagging shrews like you always end up alone. Damn! Who are you calling a shrew?
Calm down, you two.
Just like that, the fights are on. Good to see the kid hasn't lost his moxie, though. Oh, that's real sweet that she has something to comment on.
I owe you guys big time for setting me straight. But that doesn't mean I have to just lie down and take it when these two get on my case. What I'm saying is, I've got this handled, so shut up and stay out of it, okay?
I hear ya. Just make sure you do it right.
Fun kid. Actually has some nice dialogue. Some people probably looks like streaks in the wall. I already saw this last time not last time, but I saw it off camera. All right. Yeah, that was just a solid side quest. I really like that one, actually. Actually, hold up. A side quest so nice, I talked to everyone involved.
Thank goodness things with Jed have been sorted out for the better. Don't you fret. I've taken it upon myself to raise that boy right. He's still out speaking with his friends from Sunday school. I plan on heading over to pick him up later. Be sure to drop in for a bath if you get the chance, by the way. We'll always be happy to have you.
Why, thank you. Honestly, it's kind of funny having like the delinquent with a really sweet grandma. That's just kind of fun to imagine for me. All right, side quest time. Let's get ourselves in there, shall we? Backed up. Blockades inside are still unblocked. Here's the ducks. Should be able to head to the server room. Find the computer room. Oh wow. Wow, this is our first time just having the weapons out.
It's go time.
You know what? We'll save.
Leave it to me.
All right, we'll save the actual field combat for a different time. But as far as command combat, let's beat some ass. Wow, we're only now getting the Grimcat tutorial. All right, we got some shit here. Freeze.
Make it count.
Yeah, let's go for that.
Sapphire blade. Cleave them.
Damn. Nice camera work.
You're freaking dead.
All right, Grand Serpent. Not the biggest area of effect on it. This one has pretty nice. Do we get any bonus stuff or? Oh, this one's just an AoE around her. That's interesting.
Make it count.
Let's go for a basic ass attack for now. SELM chain. That shit's kind of rough, actually. Owie, owie. Satellite cure.
Theo, we need help.
Nothing wrong with that.
You'll be sorry. You'll never time to raise
Okay, yeah.
Grimcat at your service. Now we're
It does have the add magic damage bit, which isn't nice. Nothing wrong with just adding some shit. Okay, we can actually do some shit here. Nah, fuck you. Fuck you, dude. Alright, let's see how this looks.
etch this sight in your mind, 'cause it's
Damn. Sick camera work. Bravo. That one looked really nice. Also had some nice... I really enjoy, like, I think the best way I can say it is I love it when the churchgoers get S-crafts and stuff like that. Because it's just really sick. And they have, like, the whole, like, preamble and stuff that they say along with it.
Mincemeat out of 'em.
And those are always really nice to me.
Activating skill. Glacial seal of mine, shining from the abyss.
Like so.
Bring forth eternal serenity to a world stained with vice. Niflheim!
Oh, shit! Yo, the fucking flower? That was Kino, dude.
Ready to roll.
All right, how's this do?
Larceny.
Big damage. Broke it.
Your turn.
Broke that bastard. Let's go. All right, boss down. Holy shit, yo, that was actually kind of sick. It got taken down by both the fire and the freeze. That's kind of goated. I don't know how that works, but hey. Logically, that doesn't make sense, but hey, whatever. Revelation.
That's all, folks.
Reward deposited.
Points. Not quite to next level on gray. Ryu. All right, what does that one do?
Initiating maintenance.
Revelation. Increase art range. I'd say that's a pretty nice one to have.
New
Sure.
skill obtained.
If I gotta put it on anyone, might as well put it on a caster. Alright, that was pretty fast. God, yeah, those are some sick S-crafts, and we still have to see all the regular ones, too. Alright, almost ready. Alright, the plot finally calls.
Huh. Didn't realize there was a shoot here today. They weren't around when we came through earlier.
Gotti's probably been moving the production here. Here, there, and everywhere, filming things the script never called for. I swear, this happens every time he gets worked up. Makes me worry how the cast and crew are coping. Well, we've come all this way. Might as well go and say hello. Hey, you three. What new scene are you working on now? Oh, look who it is.
Judith! I'm glad you asked, actually. This little snow flurry popped up at just the right time. Picture this. Antonio, the unhandsome businessman who came to Michelle's rescue, is revealed to have been the mob boss all along. And Michelle is about to fall right into his clutches. A twist like that against a backdrop like this? Phenomenal! Plus, now that you're here...
Huh? I can see where you're going with this, Salvatore. Putting both female leads in the scene at once will lend it a lot more impact.
I tell you, this woman really gets me.
What did I just walk into? Conscripted into a new scene. Congrats.
I don't understand.
Wow, voice acting for it.
Why are you here, Antonio? Where's Ron?
It was me, Austin.
That. Neither he nor Golden Blood will be joining us, I'm afraid. Now, be a dear and hand over that key. It's our only hope of foiling their scheme.
No, it can't be. It's impossible.
Ron swore he would come. He said not to give this to anyone but him.
So no.
Knew the
Oh.
Syndicate would try and take it away. Antonio, you're with them, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, come now, Michelle. Don't misunderstand me. I'm a businessman. In our line of work, Mira makes the world go round.
Money, 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 money. Money on my motherfucking mind. Cut
Now
two
then,
haircuts at the
with
same
all those
time.
unwanted nuisances out of the way, our plan can finally come to fruition. You fools played right into my...
Not so fast.
Hey, Tony.
Wow.
Thought I told you not
Sorry.
to let your guard down around the ladies.
Ahem.
Golden Blood? It can't be. How are you still alive? Get her! Don't stop until she's dead!
Owned.
Now! Right! Take this!
I like how she just uses the damn, just the shove.
Damn you! You'll never stop our plans!
I like how Judith just
Sorry to
uses the
break it
same
to you.
weapon that she used as a
The
Grim
Golden
Cat.
Blood never says never.
We'll stop you no matter what. And Ron will be right there with us.
Yeah.
You tell him.
We got the shot, everybody!
Always gotta have options open. God damn. That one shot, wow. Seeing a movie play out from behind the scenes is more fun than I thought. You could barely even tell the whole thing was off the cuff. My, what an experience. To think we'd have front row seats to a performance by two of the most ravishing actresses of our time. Maybe dial it back a bit, fanboy.
You and me are birds of a feather, Leon.
What the fuck? Holy shit. He's saying this after he roasted him last game?
Too bad he didn't come by sooner. I could have given you the full backstage experience.
By the by. Wow. I understand that Van filled in for one of your cast members. Perhaps I could do the same next time you're in need.
Hey, now there's an idea. With a pretty face like that, I could even line you up for a screen debut if you're up for it.
Quit egging him on, damn it. That's the actor who didn't show up yesterday. And he's an asshole, as we discussed last time. Quite a role they subbed you in for, Van. I just realized that's the freaking asshole that we dealt with who was got in that side quest.
Yeah, it's pretty typical for a gaudy production. You can tell he's big on irredeemable villains. But it's got a different vibe this time around now that he and Llama are co-directing.
Hey, what is this, a live studio audience? Quit lazing around. The scene's wrapped up, so let's get back on track already.
Right? Wouldn't want to overstay our welcome.
Whoops, guess we got a little derailed. Sorry to get in your way, everyone. We'll be taking our leave now. No, not at all. You're welcome to visit any time. Our next set of shots is over in the back streets. We'll head that way once everything's packed up. And I'll play some right near the underground club. And you've got rehearsals this evening, young lady, so I'd better not see you saunter in late. I know, you don't need to treat me like a newbie. I've heard talk of a construction job in that area several years back. Supposedly, special attention was paid to the plumbing. Noted. Thanks, Granny. Damn, your grandma's got some real street smarts. She reminds me a bit of Master Barkhorn somehow. Are they both large and in charge, as so to say? Well, we mustn't let her kindness go to waste. Shall we be off?
Yeah, come on, guys.
God, this freaking crew we have for this chapter is insane.
Van and Catra doing with those two of all people?
What do you mean by that?
I just hope it doesn't drag on too long.
What do you mean by those two
No doubt
people? You
this
know
will be
them?
a fascinating movie. Seems to be quite the collaborative endeavor.
Wait, hold up. Nina was acting weird last game. She had like a call in like the final chapter or something like that, and we didn't really touch on it, but she was clearly talking to someone, and she has stuff going on behind the scenes besides being a freaking, what do you call it? Besides being an actress, she's got some shit. Maybe she's on something similar to the likes of Judith and Risha.
A lot of so-called ambitious collabs don't end up working out that well.
That's also true.
But if they pull it off, it'll prove just how skilled the directors and actresses here are.
Look forward to the final product, because I guarantee it'll blow you away.
Freaking upward hair. Yeah, no. Maybe she's like, with those two of all people, maybe she herself could be with the church? I wouldn't be too surprised if that was the case, but I don't know. Neither of them really acknowledged her. I was just thinking that our party of 5 here is really funny. Like if Van, Catra, and Judith is already an interesting trio from Arcade Solutions, but then you add Miss Fireball and Mr. Cool as a Cucumber over here. You. What are you all doing here? Just so we're clear, client confidentiality is still in effect, right? I can't have anyone at the shoot getting wind of what happened last night. Asshole.
Rest easy on that front. We take our terms of agreement seriously.
Unbelievable. The only thing he's sorry for is the fact that he got exposed. Well, how things go from here isn't really our concern. All comes down to his honest effort. Maybe a pinch of luck.
Indeed.
Asshole.
Could have gone stabbed, so thanks for making sure that didn't happen. Never thought I'd take a punch to the gut like that, and from a chick no less. My face came out unscathed though, so I won't complain.
Dick, what about you? Help last night, can't afford any no-shows. Industry professional, undo what's already been done after all. True. Thanks for joining our impromptu shoot just now, Judith. That scene came out great thanks to you. I just hope it wasn't too much of an inconvenience. Don't worry, Nina. I'm already used to this kind of thing. Besides, if we got a good take out of it, then I made the right call as an actress. I'm glad you feel that way. You, Van, and the others all have more work to take care of, right? Best of luck, everyone.
It's kind of you to say. We'll swing by again once things are wrapped up on our end.
Let us make haste then. We wouldn't want to squander the wishes of an A-list celebrity. Safe out there.
That take just now is incredible stuff. Nicely done, Judith.
A little sympathy for those who drag along on these unplanned shoots would be nice. Then again, your random strokes of mad genius never failed you before.
When inspiration strikes, you need to strike back right then and there. That's how blockbusters get made. Letting that crucial moment slip by while you hem and haw over schedules will be putting the cart before the horse.
I see. So it was through this intuition that so many of your more exhilarating scenes were created. Oh, for the love of... Quit acting like every little thing he does is revolutionary.
Gotta say, the speaking to your process made me more excited to see how it comes together. You won't be disappointed. We're gonna keep up the pace and make this picture the hottest new thing the sun started shining.
Get to the grind. Yeah, Ian's falling flat next to his. Alright, Judith. It's time for you to show me that last night's successes weren't a fluke on your part. And don't you dare be late for our evening rehearsals. You, the fixers, and those two in the robes need to go at this with a deft touch. I get it already, Grammy. Just sit back and watch. I'll bring this curtain down my own way. You'll see. You aren't wanting for confidence, at least. But you have a nasty habit of dropping the ball at the 11th hour. So don't go letting your mind wander. This old lady must be the one Beauregard was talking about. I dare say you're right. We've heard much about her being a giant among men. From the looks of it, those claims are well substantiated. How you make the best of the situation and the intel I've scrounged up is up to you, Judith. Show me how you're gonna bring this curtain down. Will do, Granny. Granny Gram. Onwards to the club.
You was at the club.
Grammy said they were doing some work on the plumbing.
Right. Now might be the time to do a shard search.
Okay, that's this what I meant. Bring. Aha. Oh, we can go in here?
Reacting to something.
In the bathroom?
You know,
In the bathroom?
In the bathroom? Is it the toilet? No, it's right next to the toilet. Sure. Not like I'm gonna have my ass handed to me in a secret dungeon. We have a reading. Is there a hidden entrance here?
man, I really have to touch the frickin' ground in a bathroom. Someone probably pissed here. Yep, hit the jackpot. Sealed from the other side, though, so it's gonna take some elbow grease to get it open. Well, here goes nothing.
Hold up a sec.
Is something the matter, Celise? Don't tell me you're getting cold feet.
How do you think I am? There, put up a barrier to keep people out. Only hold for 5 minutes though, so make this quick.
Right, thanks.
Can't wait to get this over with either. It's really hard keeping my Judith and Celise voice separate. Ugh, the smell. I expected there to be a stench, but not quite on one this putrid.
Yeah, its escape hatch leads right in a shit lagoon. Guess I have to hold our breath and go.
Shit lagoon! Actually, from a mental health standpoint, I would prefer to avoid traumatizing myself. Oh yeah, I forgot you can do that. Indeed, this is a purification barrier. It cleanses the area around me and removes any foul odors. Shall I cast it on all of you as well? Save for Van, of course, since he seems so confident he can grin and bear it.
Yeah, real funny.
Jokes aside, that's an impressive spell. It'd spare our noses, not to mention our laundry. Should probably cast it on Judith at least. She has a gig after this. Agreed. Let's take him up on his offer. No sense making things harder on ourselves at this stage. Well, that's nice. Of course, someone as clean and proper as him has something like that, though. The barely noticeable scratches on the walls of their guide eventually made their way forward, until eventually... Please tell me there's never mind. This is Coastal Road. Okay, never mind. We're outside Messeldom. Huh. So this is where that tunnel leads. We're on the western outskirts of Messeldom, by my estimate.
Looks to me like this entire area would be out of view for anyone in the city.
All these twists and turns, and no signs of civilization. Makes for a good getaway route. Aha.
What do you know? This thing wasn't reacting at all before. I was starting to think we missed the mark.
We're in the right place after all, then. Yo, the music? Whatever the legacy might be, it must have some connection to what happened in Edith. Yeah, we'll be ready. We'll want to be ready for anything. Not sure I follow, but got that thing in your hand? We can delve into that matter later. Our destination is nearby. I'm sensing something strange ahead as well. Proceed with caution, everyone.
For sure. You guys do the same.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's see here. Got some enemies. We can at least do some field combat here.
What a pleasant surprise.
Engaging enemy.
Damn!
You're screwed.
See what else we got here. Grand Serpent.
There. Ain't letting you out of my sight.
God, seeing a Templar sword in use like this is so cool.
Now or never.
Not dead, Lancer.
You're not getting away. Patra, your turn.
Now's your chance. Some artists look better.
Let's see, you go for this.
You will regret that.
All right, you got a lot of these. I forgot. Lycoris recoil. Holy shit, dude.
Now, shall I pull out all the stops?
Activating skill.
A bloody death.
Ooh. Nice. Got some sick animations there, pal. Curia.
I think I've grown a little.
Yeah, there's some fun animations with this stuff.
Give it to me.
It's go time.
Real fun stuff. All right, we've got a bit to go. Actually, no, maybe he'll... What time is it right now? No, well, actually, no, we're gonna call things here. I think that next time, I'm probably gonna end up finishing this section, and then we'll also get a bit into the next one. Because I assume, I mean, this is leading to like a whole nother area here. I assume this is gonna be the end of this section over in Messeldom. And then after this, we'll go and see what's happened with the B-side over in Edith. I'd say we made some decent progress, though. Got our side quests dealt with, got a bit of plot forward, and we made it here. I'd say that side quest by itself kind of makes me satisfied enough. That and like the one scene we got at the pier. Sometimes you don't really need too many things progressing. That's just how this game kind of be with its length. But next time on Trails Through Daybreak, we'll go and see what's up at the end of all this, and see what this legacy is about, potentially. Thank you very much for watching, and adios, ciao, and bye-bye. Signing off until next time. Ja matane.